Evening all, how we doing? I'm done being weird now. No, I'm not, it's me, I'm never done being weird, but hey, whatever. How's it going? Right, I have sound now. I'm back. Hello, how are we doing? Sorry, it took a little bit longer than intended there. I was distracted and stuff, getting a drink and being a silly sod. So, how's things? Hope we're all good. We're going to play a little bit of Shattered Space in a minute. Dive back into that main storyline. I'm going to sort my eyes out because I can't see anything. Yeah, we're all doing well. As you may have gathered, especially those of you who follow me on socials, those of you who don't, the link's down there. I'm not just pointing in. Never mind. Let's not go down that road. But yes, I went down to London yesterday to spend some time at Bethesda's office down in London. Got to look at the next couple of Fallout 76 updates, and they gave me a goodie bag, amongst other things. If you saw the Fallout Day stream, you may recognise the snack, as it is the same snack that featured in said stream. So the Fallout Day stream that Bethesda did, obviously. But yes, it was a few goodies. I've got to have a look at some of the other strange bits and pieces that are... Well, actually, no, those bits and pieces aren't strange. We've got to look at the things that are coming up next for 76, next few updates and stuff. So, yeah, can't say too much about it, really, but other than the Gleaming Depth stuff, but most of that is already out and about anyway, but yeah. This thing is ridiculous. A rubbery, slightly, you know, weird snake thing. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to put this on display, because it's got to go on the shelf back there somewhere, but I don't really know how. I came up with one idea, but it was more than a little bit obscene and probably overly expensive. I've got a couple of maybe ideas to think about. Yeah, there we are. Weird rubber snake head thing, hand puppet thingamajig. Yeah, that was fun, and you'll be able to see it very well, but there's some extra stuff on the shelf back there. There's hang on. There's a badge here that I forgot to take out of the packet, so that can go on the shelf. You won't be able to see it very well, but it's just as well, really, anyway. And with some other bits and pieces, and they gave me a nice new T-shirt, so that was very, very nice. But yeah, another one you have to wait to see. Yeah, all in all, good day. Got to have a look at the new stuff that's happening, so that was cool. And obviously the whole point of the exercise being to make content on said stuff, so keep it here. I will, of course, be covering it. Now I'm trying to figure out why YouTube's being weird, or OBS rather. I don't know. You just do that. Anyway, shall we get Shattered Space up and running? Oh yeah, I could show you this before I do, because it's going to go on... it's going to go on Instagram the next day or two anyway, but you might as well get an early look at this. If I go over here and turn that on, yeah, there's a recent picture. There's now my desktop background, the full version of it, obviously. Yeah, picture from Skyrim I got at the weekend. Quite happy about that. My favourite of my recent ones. Anyway, I'm gonna faff around with stuff again. Now, let's get Starfield going, and we'll head on out. I did jump in for all of a few minutes to get those last few kills that I needed to upgrade my lasers skill after Monday's stream. So that's now done. I now have my laser perks maxed out and stuff, so, and got all my other perks back, as well as a couple of other bits and pieces as well, I think. So yeah, that's cool. We'll actually be able to put the new Varun Starlash, is it called? It's basically the same as the Equinox, but it's the Varun version. And it's it does kind of 2-round burst and really, really fast fire at the same time with a very small magazine. I could put a larger magazine on, but I'd lose damage then. And it does so much damage with its small burst that it's kind of doesn't need a bigger magazine. Also, I've got my reload speed back now, so that should be ridiculously fast as well, which is nice. That's what we like. Yeah. Anyway, right, so the game screen back. Yeah, you guys are all doing well. Evening Tengu, evening Shifty, evening Perf, how's it going? Yeah, it's taking a minute to figure stuff out, but there's nothing unusual about that. He says. There we go. Oh yeah, I decided to leave my ship on the planet where I got the last couple of kills, which is still Gagarin, but it's a really cool, pretty location, so I thought it'd be nice to have a look at that before we press on. Head back to Varun Kai. Good, yeah. I'm a little tired after travelling. The trains yesterday were god-awful. Yeah, let's have a look. This is the rocky desert on Gagarin. For some reason, I don't seem to be able to sink down like I'd like to. The camera mode on in ships is a bit weird at the moment for some reason. But yeah, it's I landed just as the sun was coming up as well, so it looks even more epic. It's got quite a cool vibe. The Earth-like desert. 2 Earth-like planets with life in Alpha Centauri, which is where the science fiction part kicks in, I think. Yeah, my train journeys yesterday were terrible. Had the journey down there, there's not much you can do about that. Somebody got hit by a train. It was awful. My train had to detour and was delayed by like an hour and a half, which basically doubled the journey time. So that was not great. My train back was not one of the fastest ones available anyway, and that was 20 minutes delayed before it even left the first station, and I got on at the very starting point, so yeah, that wasn't great. It meant I missed my connection like 2/3 of the way back, and then I had like half an hour to kill that didn't really need to, and yeah, it was bloody 10:30 or something stupid when I got home. It was like 2.5 hours after I should have gotten home, you know. But what can you do? The bit in the middle where I was in Bethesda's offices were good. It's just the trains weren't great. I was sat in one carriage on the way back. I ended up moving because it got weird. The carriage was almost completely silent, apart from this one guy who was making these awful groaning noises where he was standing, and it sounded like he was not going to make it to a toilet. It wasn't good. I was like, you know what? This carriage is otherwise silent. I think I'm going to find someplace else to be. I also did not have enough legroom at the time. It was getting very hard on the knees. Yeah, that was weird. So, home now. 6:18 a.m. there. It's somewhere in Australia, Perth. We're out that general direction, I'm guessing. I suppose theoretically could be anywhere on the broadly eastern side of the planet. But I'm guessing Australia. So, right, the music actually paused when I asked it to this time. Cool, Runkai. So, Aussie, thought it might be. The other side, so we need to speak to Inaza, who is the high priest or something. She's not high priest, she's a very significant priest lady who inducted us into House Varun so that we could actually come into the city and be part of the society and help them out. So she's popped up. We helped out, we got involved with House Kadik, it was? Forgotten now. Yes, House Kadik. As a bunch of their people have been kidnapped by zealots who they had been having clandestine dealing with, even though they really shouldn't. Yeah, I suspect this is going to be a theme throughout all of them, that it's going to be these people more interested in furthering the interests of their own house than the good of the people they're supposed to represent, i.e. the people of House Varun. They're going to be a little bit more focused on their own stuff, which is all too normal in politics, but yeah, at least one group so far are going to be dropped in the Kakar when we get the opportunity, House Kadig, because they were being very naughty. But we got what we needed out of them. However, we have to take a little detour now and speak to Inarza as she needs some help. I believe something to do with the void spirit of Anasko Varun. The trapped speaker of the Great Serpent, ironically, considering he's never spoken to the Great Serpent as far as I currently know. Oh yeah, I forgot. I meant to tell Bethesda that.
Oh, forgive me. I'm exhausted.
So the buttons weren't working very well. We'll see if they are working. I don't suppose they will, but... Nope. This works, but the buttons don't come with it. So they'll probably still be up there. Oh, bloody no. Either way. We'll have to use the pedestrian elevator. Which goes dark and moves you. I imagine if the screen didn't go dark there, you'd actually just see your character fly up, and it would look very bad. Or a weird kind of shift in space. But what can you do? Did I turn that quest off by accident? I did, didn't I? She's currently hanging out over here by the morning device, or the beginnings of the morning device that we're making in order to break through that big old energy field and get into the Scaled Citadel. Hopefully. Yeah. Nope, that's Fallout. No. Can't use photo mode with my gun out. Andrea just is out, but I can't. Can I see it now? Not really. The lighting is not helping me. Let's face that way. There we are. Goes with my outfit quite well as well. Somebody in near Atlantis, one of the guards, commented on me having a Varun weapon out. And, yeah, it is quite badass. Also, yeah, as I say, we got the perks finished off, so now maxed out lasers. Did previously have ballistics maxed out, but I had to do the rank up challenges on this one, which we have now done. Already had maxed out rifle cert, but I had to reset that, so I just put the points back in. Didn't have to redo the challenges, that's fine. Remembered those. Same for the points in this one. I got 2 points into marksmanship to improve my sniping when I do that. Rapid reloading is currently on rank 2, so I can reload 30% faster, which is already pretty quick. Don't really need to do that right now. That were chance on hitting enemies. This is worth having though. Chance on hitting enemies to increase reload speed for all weapons by 50%. If I get that to trigger, especially as this is a really fast-firing weapon, the reload speed on this will be stupidly quick. So, yeah, that's probably going to be worthwhile. A sniper cert. Not as exciting, this. A bit steadier and hold your breath longer. Some good stuff there, though. And I put a point into armor penetration that I picked up somewhere along the way as well. So I can ignore some armor. So everything is fairly effective. How are we doing, Grey Harry? Anyway, we need to go find Inara. Inara, was it? Inarza. No, Inara is the character Marina Baccarin plays in Firefly. Played, I should say. Lost tense off 20 or so years ago. Let's get some grub in me. And we shall be ready to roll after that.
I have seen visions of Anasco, searching for one bold enough to enter the heart of the vortex.
Working on it.
And now that you are here, I know your arrival was no accident, but rather providence.
Indeed, much of our lives is governed by forces we don't understand. Your city was in trouble, I came to help, nothing else to it. Don't even know what that means. Providence?
The Great Serpent has guided you here. From the moment you found the Oracle
How you doing,
to
Brad?
the words I speak to you now.
City's in trouble, I came to help. Don't know what that means. Much of our lives are governed by forces we don't understand. I mean, there's truth to both of those. Characters, some, grew up as a member of House Varun, so, well, grew up as the child of parents who were part of the Exiles, the Zealots. Not that they were insanely zealoty once they had kids, anyway. So, forces we don't understand. There's an element of that from the UC side of things, but I think that's fair. Let's lean into it a little bit.
Well put. The Great Serpent's works are imperceptible, even to heralds like myself.
Herald, that's her title.
But rest assured, all will be revealed when you journey north. At the edge of the crater, you will find a cave carved by the anomaly. There, you will make contact with a Nazco Varoon.
I think I know where that is.
It would be unwise to ignore the Herald's counsel.
Yes, but not for the reason you're implying, I think, Andreja. How do you know such a cave exists?
The Great Serpent has blessed me with the sight, and I have seen
Hey,
events
the
there
sight.
that are only now
Mama
beginning
Murphy?
to take shape.
Oh, Murphy? You've been on the chems again? So many chems, she ended up seeing a giant snake. Well, funny you should mention that. I've got to... Perhaps I should break that puppet out again. Seeing as... Ooh, dear God, please tell me I didn't do anything stupid there. No, I didn't. Kind of appropriate for, scattered space as well. Anyway, will make you jittery. Evening, Steve. How are you doing? You sound certain I'll find him there. I'm not sure we have time. You seem certain.
It is as the Great Serpent foretold. In my visions, I witnessed two futures. In the first, you breached the scaled citadel, but found a Nazco had sunk too far into the void. And in time, all of Dazra was consumed along with him.
Sounds ominous. Nothing of value was lost. Maybe that future's the Serpent's world. Dazra was consumed.
The anomaly spread, absorbing all in its path. The
Seems stable so far.
Is nothing compared to the destruction looming ahead.
Yeah, actually, that raises the same question. The anomaly seems stable, quite close to the scaled citadel. The crater, as we can see, goes quite a long way further back, right up to the edge here, in fact. Which is actually a considerable distance further, 20 yards further away. Quite a way up in the air here. Still, why did it expand and then contract and settle there? Maybe, I guess. Seems like the most likely scenario. Or maybe there was a blast wave, but I think more likely this kind of expanded and then shrunk back to its current state. And presumably her vision implies it will expand again. Ominous if true. Let's go with that one. The others are a bit kind of... nah.
Indeed. But there is another path. In the second future, I saw you make contact with a Nazco, entering a cave through a formless wall. At its terminus was a gate, a path into the realm where our speaker resides.
Let's see.
You stepped into this void, and in that moment, something changed. The false future rewritten.
Roughly speaking, it could be that entering the vortex directly would allow you to speak with him. And while my readings do not show any anomalous activity, I admit there's a lot of interference. Still, that only emphasizes the potential danger involved here. I cannot approve of such an excursion on the minute chance a Nazco is present.
Level 5, great, not sure it's worth investigating. What kind of danger? I'll be able to speak to him. I'll be able to speak to him?
Not in the way you and I speak, but in crude terms, yes. Provided you manage to maintain your own sanity through the process. But this is all purely theoretical. No one has ever entered the vortex and come back.
So yes, actually into suggesting that there's a... inside this cave there's a way not merely to pass inside this effect, but between realities. That's interesting. Or into the space between realities, which arguably itself is a kind of reality, but anyway. What kind of dangers are we talking?
The closer one ventures to the heart of the anomaly, the closer they are to the phantoms and horrors that lie within. Moreover, if this cave was cut open by the calamity itself, then it is an unnatural formation and highly unstable.
Not necessarily true. The unnatural part, yes, but not the unstable bit. There's plenty of mine shafts made by humans that are no way natural, but they're stable. And then again, some are not. I terrorised my better half with this open. I kind of did. Like, she found it highly amusing. Yeah. Yeah. Weird and rubbery. It just feels very weird. I'm trying to figure out how to display it. Yes, this is definitely a two-eyed snake. Oh dear, Gray. Have a little faith. Well, I don't know about having a little faith, but yeah, I think it's worth checking out.
I am no heretic, but to risk so much on a vision, it is a leap of faith I cannot condone.
It is a risk.
I will not stand in your way, however, as Inaza has stood in ours.
You may not realize it now, dear brother, but our goals are one.
Yeah, she's preventing progress while until I go and do this, basically. If I went to the cave, I can find him. Don't have time for this. Tell me more about the location. So does cave exist prior to the cataclysm? The answer's going to be a no.
No, it was born from the incident itself, but I believe it is there. And what is faith but to give form to the formless? As a herald, it is my duty to make real what is unseen.
Yeah, the worst thing about this really is the tongue. Kind of. If you can kind of take a certain amount of control of the tongue, which is fine, but if you don't, then it just kind of flops around a little bit. It's all very, very weird. It's actually hours of entertainment. Yes, I need to get it on the shelf somehow. Tell me more about this location.
It was a winding cave, scattered with walls of dark energy. At the end,
Oh, dear.
a rip in the fabric of reality. In my vision, I saw you step forward, slowly, following the sound of Anasco's voice. I could hear him calling to you in the distance. His words were jumbled, but as you drew closer, they started to assemble. I was thrust out of the vision before I could see the end.
Yes. Nobody's been able to get in touch with the Great Serpent, but she thinks she has visions. Well, we'll see what happens.
Then you must embark to the northern edge of the crater. You will find an entrance there, one that has no form. Step
So is it an entrance or is it not?
Find Anasco and complete the vision. Only then will his voice be heard.
Okay. Guess we'll see what happens then, won't we? Also has her eyeballs coloured. I don't know which I find weirder on that point, to be honest, Steve. It comes to things like tattoos and so on and so forth. That I kind of get and I'm all good for. But, okay, so it's right here. Weird. I thought it was a lot further away. But, yeah, tattooing and colouring your eyeballs and stuff like that. And the forked tongue thing, that I don't really see as being a great way forward. Oh, there is a gap here that I think there was a barrier across it first, wasn't there? Down into the crater. Not quite, no. Surprisingly anomaly free down here, so that's something. There's surprisingly big chunks of rock and intact buildings here and there, like up there. I suspect it did bubble did expand all the way back there and then just shrunk back again. A fair old trick. We got bad guys. We're about to find out how my shiny gun does against new sort of higher level foes. Pretty freaking well. Oh, hang on a second, that's not right. Try that again. That's horrible, it takes horror there. It's not attacked me yet, but I saw one. Those guys drop anything when they went down? Didn't actually check, did I? They did. It does fair wreck, this thing. This is my shiny new Starlash, I think it's called. Yeah, there you are. Baroon Starlash. If I hide my noggin, you'll be able to see the stats a bit better. There you go. 175 damage at a fire rate of 120, which is not the fastest by any stretch, not even close. My mag shift, for example, is 345, which definitely does more damage. But this feels like it's still viciously effective. The magazine's only 12, but the reload time is very fast. It's not as accurate either. But yeah, you can do a whole load of different mods to it, and I've got it modded for damage over fire rate, or reload ammo capacity rather. And yeah, I'm on the whole pretty impressed with it. Let's have a look at the thing. So it's basically an Equinox that's been reskinned to suit the Baroon aesthetic a bit more. And I do wish it didn't, as I say, it kind of sticks out at the back. These extra external plates on the side make the whole frame considerably larger, and they needn't. Otherwise, because you aim down sights, that takes up a lot of screen. It needn't. But otherwise, it's great. Vortex shards made for great grenades. Yeah, I've not tried any of the grenades out yet, but I haven't got a lot of shards, so to farm up a bunch more. I missed. Well, so they're much more effective when you actually hit the target.
Come back, you coward! Gonna take more than that!
Teleporting around, that's a bit of a problem. But when you actually land the shots, the range is not great on this thing. Definitely does the job.
Winner takes all is the phrase, is it not?
Feels satisfying when it works as well. Shattering Pain Blade. Oh, that's been pretty good as far as Pain Blades go. Even more damage, freezing anti-personnel and shattering, radiated. Yeah, I mean, it's not quite as cool as having a sword. Look at the value on that, 56,000. But it's pretty darn effective. I'm still hiding, I thought I pressed the button. Yeah. I mean... not quite as cool as the rifle. I just use it for finishing people off when they're down, really. Let's do a quick tour of your 3 current Ghoul camp builds. I did see it posted. It was on the train and ability to watch things was not particularly high at the time. Ooh, there's some high level dudes. Oh, I know what happened. I moved into that stuff by accident and turned out to be a bad decision. I suppose trying to hide turned out to be for that guy. Where are you? You're not going to have much luck trying that, Android, already, are you?
Prepare to die.
Come on, show me your melon. Whoop. Could pop that. Rapid reloading's not far away, which would also be nice. That requires a bit of using non-automatic weapons, so that's a way off. That would be nice. Not as nice. I think I'll hold off on the rapid reloading at the minute, and I'll use that when I get a minute there. Ooh, hang on, what's going on there? Lacerations and radiation. Not good. And typically they do not go together on a healing type thing. It kind of makes sense in a way, doesn't it? Try and do the honourable thing of fight melee combat anti-melee. I have to see the impulse. But when you've got a bunch of other people who are also shooting at you, I'm a bit less inclined. To be honest, I think the map marker should have pointed me down into the quest marker should have pointed me down into the crater, and then just been a case of look for something that looks like a certain description. Because right there, that could be any old cave. And the only reason I know it's the right one is because map marker told me so. I feel like it could have been a bit more of a deductive opportunity. I'm on my own because apparently treasure can't follow me in here. We're into the void between. I won't say it seems safe, but follow his voice was the advice. It's also kind of linear in here. There were a lot of things that didn't sound good there. This has moved to the right. I'm going to explore to the left, just to see what's what. I feel like I'm kind of wasting my ammo a bit there. Definitely feels like a shotgun job, but yeah, doing a bit of damage. Yeah. Mouse, on the other hand, is also trying to do some damage. Oh, we'll see if this works out a bit better. Don't really spec into this. It's particle and ballistic, I think. Yeah, so I'm kind of spec'd into everything but this, but I don't resent the loss quite so much here. Frames are not as good as they could be. Whew. Not my weapon of choice, but it's doing the job. Like little creatures I'm better off without thinking against. Big creatures. The Starlash. Kind of hard to hit these guys, apparently. Sure, something was soaking up most of the hit there, or it was just bad, but one or the other. That's good. No. No, he's more of a Dalish, really. Very curious to see the tech behind particle beams.
And it answers with silence.
Best guess is it's matter sped up to just under the speed of light. Yeah, something like that, maybe. And also using very small projectiles instead of like bullet-sized things, using more like atom-sized projectiles in a stream, I guess. It's more of a particle accelerator, portable particle accelerator, maybe. He's not looking like a particularly young fellow, is he, in Ascoparade?
Have you abandoned me, Great Serpent? Do you not hear my pleas?
He hears you, I hear him. Serpent's embrace, I hear you speak, you're not by your presence. Well, I've got the option. This is a tough one, because, yeah, my character has the Serpent's Embrace perk, because that's how she was brought up, but she kind of rejected it and left. Particularly the almost serve thing. So the honoured by your presence thing, she kind of would be, but also kind of wouldn't be at the same time. She's definitely a bit somewhere in the middle about the whole thing. But it also sounds a bit like you take that option and pretend to be the Great Serpent. I don't know. Maybe that's not too extreme yet. How's it going now, yeah?
You are promised a follower of the Great Serpent.
Just about.
Or does my mind deceive me once more?
I do not. I am the Great Serpent, and the Great Serpent has guided me to you. I serve no one but myself. I do what I do for the good of humankind. Yeah, that's kind of more like it. The almost serve thing's a bit problematic for me and for my character. So that whole overly dedicated but not fanatic thing was what she kind of turned her back on and left her family and ended up in the UC because of. Good of humankind, I think she's more into. Especially with goes with the combat medic a bit more. It could be the Serpent guided her away from the more fanatical beliefs of her parents and into a slightly more potentially tolerant position. I don't know. Yeah, I'm kind of... Either of these are a good one. This is a bit too push back, I think. I'm going to go with that one.
Yes. He works through you.
Yeah, not bad. Thanks, Noel.
Path to guide you to me. I have reached out so many times to hear nothing but echoes. Yet you, an outsider, hear me plain. And for the first time, I hear you. Clearly your arrival here is fated. By stepping into this void, we are now linked. There is still reason to hope. The Great Serpent will see us through. But time is short. The breach collapses. The gate is still open. The experiment still runs. Find me in the Scaled Citadel. I will wait for you there.
Getting near it. Yeah, that's interesting. Hunting for an Askew in the Scaled Citadel is about what I expected. Although he's not made contact with the Great Serpent, which is interesting. Unobey your presence is pretty mild. He's the leader of a major faction, appropriate for foreign dignitary. Yeah, I think given having grown up as a member of House Vreen, it kind of works as well. But I do feel like I wouldn't, you know, if I met a foreign dignitary, I would not say honoured by your presence. I'd go with a less bootlicky version of it, you know? That wasn't quite what I mind, but okay, so that's health. That's right. Okay. Right here, creepy bugger. I want to collect raw materials while I can down here. Perhaps the cave to seal in the horrors. Yes, I think perhaps we will do that. It's oi, okay. I think oi's maybe a little bit over the line, unless somebody's giving you a good reason for that. That's more of a foreign dignitary who's being a dick. Oh. His mantis-like things are... Yeah, look at his faces on his knees are creepy as fuck. The whole face is creepy. Yeah, they look like they may once have been people who fused together in the void in some way. Doesn't look like it's happy fun times anyway. Frame rate in here, not good. Frame rate in here is... Oh my, there's a large one. We're just a bit higher up. Can't find the exit. It's not up here. I don't know where it is. Oh, there it is. It's hidden around the corner. Appropriately respectful. Yeah, so I feel like it's maybe just a tiny little bit too far. the head of the religion you were raised in and haven't entirely rejected so much as rejecting the more extreme elements of it. It does feel kind of just about appropriate. There we go. Using Grav-Drive tech. Yeah, I don't think they've actually got the Grav-Drive tech down to quite that small a size, so. Well, I just got mullered by nothing, apparently. How's about an autosave when I left the cave? How's about that? Or after this whole conversation? What's going on?
You abandoned me? Do you not hear? You. Or does my? Yes, I have reached out. Clearly, your arrival here. There is still reason, but time is short. The breach collapses. The gate is still open. Find me in the scale.
The experiment's still going. Must be to find him in the Scale Citadel. I need to get the F out of there. Now then. Let's try that again without the oops. Any of you's the Revenant? I'm enjoying the Starlash, I have to admit. Found the whole what did I have before? I had yeah, not the Revenant itself this time. I did have it last time. Magshare, that's the one. Just to be way overpowered and didn't feel good. But I want to try out the new Maroon laser rifle because it feels a bit more sci-fi. Bit less like I'm fighting with a tool. Not there's anything necessarily wrong with that. Still. I think you told him I am the Great Serpent. And he believed you, or did he call you every name under the sun? Oof. think I've just got over the line with that one, didn't I? Yes, I did. You die now? Thank you. Cave, I think, to shoot down through here, isn't there? Gun though. Well, it worked. I guess so much a railgun. Yeah. There's a moment of belief in the story played out the same. Oh, interesting. Yeah, like I say, I suspect well, I mean, railgun is somewhat closer anyway if it's basically a miniature particle accelerator, which is what I suspect is probably the case. There we go. Evening, Caldron. How you doing? Hey, did I just get the roof collapse on me or something last time? Is that what happened? There's definitely somebody back there who's not very happy with me.
Take what you must. Leave the rest for the scavengers.
A hard target I saw there. Yeah, it was. Odd choice of weapon to be on Runkai, but you never know. They do smuggle stuff back from the subtle systems, so... You sleep pattern back to normal. It's always a good sign. Yeah, doing alright over here. Worn out. Busy day yesterday. Food's what I really need, isn't it? I'm around here. I think that's the one. I'm gonna need to go further this way. Oh, maybe it is. I think I do need to go that way, don't I? Okay, let's do this way. Seems about right anyway. Quite where I was, I think. Still, it's working alright for now. Gotcha. Also lost the bad guys. Oh, same as the one I just picked up. Interesting. I'm missing a corpse or two, but okay. What's the end of the world? But 8 o'clock last night, crikey. About 12ish I went to bed, but it took me a while to get to sleep, despite the fact that I was absolutely worn out. A bit wired from my day, I think. What can you do? Yes. Down sub 20 frames there for a minute. And there we go. Let's check something. No. Huh. Don't know why it's terrible. Frame rate wise, could be better than that. So that helps a lot. It helps a little. Not a lot, but a little.
You return. What news do you have of Anasco?
Solid work. I don't see an issue.
Let the Great Serpent forever guide you.
I feel like the visual quality has dipped a little bit more than I want, really, though. Where are you? Here you are. Yeah, that's about the same. Hopefully it looks a little better. It does look a little better.
Return. What news do you have of Anasco?
As long as I remove that one bit of screen pause than it did to upload the video. Yeah, that's about right. Weird. He spoke to the forest in the Scout Citadel. I was able to speak to him. Spoke to a phantom in the void that claimed to him. Have news, but still need time to process it. He spoke to Forest in the Scout Citadel.
Then my vision did not betray me.
Well, it would seem I owe you an apology, sister.
Why we're going talking to him, help.
Your skepticism only strengthens us.
As you say. But, to the matter at hand, did Anasco mention anything that could aid us in his extraction?
So the gate's still open. We need to enter the Scout Citadel. We've established some sort of link. And don't think he knows any better than us how to get him out. He said the gate is still open.
Yes, the pinnacle of the Citadel was modified to house the equipment to create a gate to the vortex. If it still runs, that would explain everything we have experienced since the initial incident.
It is much more than that. Normally when I pray for Anasco's return, I sense he is lost, fading. But when I last prayed to the Great Serpent, I felt Anasco's presence clear and distinct. Even as it receded, I felt him anchored to this world. Yes, there are some who suggest that when Jinan communed with the Great Serpent, a similar bond had been established. I believe the same is true for you and Anasco.
I would need time to attempt a scientific explanation for why or how this happened, but for now, let us assume my sister is correct.
I would agree. What we saw in that cave goes beyond science.
You didn't say shit, honey. You weren't there.
Is the essence of faith. I do not know what lies ahead. My visions do not go beyond this point. But I do know this link would play a role. In fact, I am certain of it.
Agreed. And with this settled, we can now continue the work of aligning the noble houses. Together, we will find a way to complete the mourning device.
There we go. Let's just go and see if I can sell some stuff. The only place I can sell stuff at the moment here, as far as I'm aware, is down by the spaceport. Woo! Excuse me. Still no buttons. Good. I can't trade in the goods exchange at the moment. The guy won't even talk to me. She tells me to sod off. Although I could try it on the way back, maybe.
Move. No loitering.
Hello. Cameron, thank you very much for the new sub. It's inside somewhere, apparently.
I have not seen my sister in days.
Yeah, too far. I was off thinking about something else then. tired though.
Hard to believe any of this is happening. Oh yes, of course.
Okay. Oh, I just given a whole bunch of stuff away that I didn't want to. All three. Seems a bit strange. I think I just skipped past the warning a bit, didn't I? The desk moves, and every time the desk moves, my new friend here moves slightly, and I keep seeing it out the corner of my eye and thinking it's come to life. Kind of wibbles a little bit. It is weird.
Do let me know if anything is caught. Please do.
Yeah, okay. Will do for now. Catch you later, Steve. Whoa, 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 whoa. How's it going, Nick?
I'm trying to keep strong.
I suppose this fella's willing to talk to me. Yep, we'll try.
I suppose your money is worth the same as everyone else's. What
Yep.
do you want?
Not much of a sales pitch. Sounds like you have a problem with me. Sounds like you have a problem.
No problem. I just do not trust you. I do not know what to make of your arrival here. You may have convinced the others, but I'm not entirely sure you are not a foe. However, your credits are worth as much as anyone else's. I will trade with you, but I have no interest in being your friend. Now, what do you want?
Anything I can do to earn your trust?
No. You will always be an outsider to me. Always.
We
The last
shall
thing the city
see.
needs is to open the gates and let outsiders flood in. Outsiders with weapons, crew, ulterior motives. I am disappointed that so many of my people have embraced you so blindly, when we should have found strength within each other.
I'm very open-minded of him. Concerned for your business with everything going on?
I have no reason to be concerned. The Great Serpent is testing our faith, and my devotion has always been resolute.
You know,
Myself and my business shall both be stronger at the end of this, as a product of our loyalty to the Great Serpent.
You think the Great Serpent destroyed homes and families to test your faith? That doesn't seem cruel.
I will not dignify that nonsense with an answer.
See what he has to
Buy
say.
what you need, then leave.
Yeah, that attitude is definitely problematic. Ooh, excuse me. was a bit tired earlier on. I was kind of on the fence about whether or not I should chill instead tonight. And I was like, no, I'm perking up a bit now. So, thought all was well. Now I'm getting tired again. Because of course I am. Okay, that's good. Crap. Okay. Certainly double clicked a bit there. Got a few things to get rid of there. That'll do for now. Upgraded to Anniversary Edition. Yeah, there's some good bits of pieces in there. Bunch of good creations as well. Woo. There's a lot of cell system weaponry for a devout snake. Yes, he does rather. But, you know, that's for him to do rather smuggle stuff in. It's kind of what part of what Andrea's job was. What's the other thing I was going to do? I was definitely going to do a thing. I'll make sure my stuff is equipped for starters. And that was the main thing. That should be good for now. Right then, so aligning the houses is up next. It's Assist House Dulkef and House Vithal. Kef that way, Vithal are over this way. Ooh, excuse me. And over this way, because I think this might get me access to another vendor doing this. Drink your coffee to give me back some energy. No, I don't think it was that.
May the Great Serpent guide you.
Perhaps not the wisest decision.
There we are. Give him a dinner, more like.
Idle hands and minds are where heresy is sown.
Something disrupts Victor's work. I pray his focus returns soon.
This is foolish, Victor. The High Council needs access to the power grid if we hope to restore the city. Your inability to provide a legitimate excuse for denying them will only last so long.
Victoria is right. I know you're angry, but you can't let personal matters interfere with what may be best for everyone.
Personal matters? This is a Ministry of State matter. and I will handle it as I see fit. He is a traitor. He turned his back not only on his family, but on our people's entire belief system. The fact that he still breathes is a stain upon the House Bethal name.
You would doom us all with your pride.
I will do as I please as head of this house.
Yep. Once again, they're far more interested in their own family squabbles than in what's the good of collective, the whole. Let's see how this goes.
You are not a member of House Bethal. You do not belong here.
You want to keep that face the same shape it is? I suggest you pipe your shit down, Sonny Jim. Serpent Goju, I am Vindicator Low, here to assist however I can. Sent by the High Council to get your corporation. Hello to you too. Yeah, let's use the Serpent's Embrace this time, I think.
So you are Anasco's chosen.
Is this not
Yeah,
the
me.
opportunity you've been looking for?
Nice.
A third
Yeah,
party
gentlemen,
capable of
Shifty.
finding Varric.
Yes, you said so yourself. Someone with no loyalties to speak of. And if she's become promised, truly her arrival is more than coincidence.
Serpent, give me strength.
Do
You both
good.
speak true.
Appreciate the look.
Perhaps I have reacted in haste. Tell me, Vindicator, are you well practiced in discretion?
Ooh. For credits, you can have whatever you want. Yes, of course. Don't even know what discretion is. Of course.
I hope your word is good as well. My son, Varric, has left. Essentially, he has abandoned his post. And not only did he turn his back on his house, but the Great Serpent as well. He is a traitor and must be dealt with as such.
Victor, surely you don't mean it.
He does, Luther. He is allowing his fervent pride and anger to cloud his judgment. What my brother is trying to say is that he wishes his own son dead. First, we lose Vashti to that malignance tearing through Dazra. And now you so willingly offer up Varric. As if our house has not suffered enough loss already.
Sounds a bit extreme. Death is the fate of traitors. Leaving does not a traitor make him, in my book. Just somebody who is, well, it depends on the reason he's leaving and what he's doing, because impact and so on and so forth. There's a whole lot of moving parts there, but leaving alone, no. Decided to use creation club content that came with the upgrade. Fair enough. Going fairly heavily modded this time myself. Having a hard time getting it to download. Nice idea. I would say try logging out, shutting everything down, whole 9 yards, and then boot everything back up and log back in and see if that clears things up. And failing that, then yeah. Yeah, then maybe reach out to Bethesda after that. Killing him seems extreme. Faithful traitors. Why would you leave at a time like this? What did he do to turn his back? Who's Vashti? Why would he leave at a time like this?
Because he let his weakness get the better of him. He sees himself as a prisoner in this life. He runs from a duty that others would spend their lives coveting. He is
Looks
my
like he might have the right idea.
He does not get to choose. He was born to inherit my title, and he knows the punishment for refusing to honor it.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing my character walked away from herself, so definitely not going to be killing him. What did he do to turn his back?
My son denounced the very faith that defines Varun's society. He dared to blame Anasco for the state of Dazra. Dared to call our faith in the Great Serpent blind. It is heresy and punishable by death.
Seems like he's maybe got a bit of clarity, and you're got your head so far wedged up your bottom, sir, that you can't smell flowers for farts.
I will not speak of her with an outsider, promised or not. Your focus is solely on Vedic.
Yes, it's daughter who was probably lost in the accident or something. Seems a little extreme to me.
Of course it would. As someone from the settled systems, you have no concept of what the Great Serpent demands of us. I do not wish Vedic dead, but as head of the Ministry of State, he left me no choice. All must serve. Those who refuse will be met with death.
Yeah, fuck you and fuck that. Yeah, that whole thing, that's kind of, as I've said before, one of the most fundamental problems with a great many religions. You're in or you deserve to suffer for eternity. Like, you know what? Maybe you're an ass. You should certainly make an exception if it's the law. How does the death relate to power grid access? Why haven't you dealt with this yourself? What does the ministry say to do this? Why haven't you dealt with this yourself?
I will not have it known that I declared my own son a heretic and allowed him to escape our grasp. This knowledge weakens the Ministry of State's authority, something we cannot risk at this time. This is why my interest turned to a third party, someone outside of the noble houses, but we have yet to determine someone trustworthy enough. Until now.
What does the Ministry of State have to do with it?
Our duty as wardens is to keep the populace tasked and loyal. All must serve, both the Great Serpent and House Varun. No exceptions. Those
I want to shoot this man.
Must be cleansed to stop the spread of corruption.
Yes. Looks like we've got ourselves a fanatic here who definitely needs a bullet up his backside. What does this have to do with power grid access?
The shame Vedic brought upon this house is immeasurable. It stains the very foundation. I will not act until this house is in order and its members are properly aligned with the Great Serpent.
So his fanaticism is causing him to be a stubborn brat. Basically, yeah, he's a crazy fanatic who is putting his fanaticism before all else. Yeah, real piece of shit, this guy. He's your son. Let's try that.
Exceptions show weakness, and we cannot afford to show weakness at a time like this.
We have done the same for less. You act as if death is the only answer. What about forgiveness?
I will not risk the Ministry's authority on the actions of my own son, even if he is my chosen heir. If the High Council wants my cooperation, I need you to find Vedic and carry out his sentence.
And I would ask you to spare him. My brother is acting under impulse, not reason.
I have never been more clear. Speak against me one more time, and you will regret it.
I'm going to remove him if I can.
With House Bethal's
head first.
Bring it to me as proof of death. Only then will I grant you access to the power grid.
If it's well, something will be done. I'll see what I can do. Ridiculous. There must be another way. I'm not even going to be polite about this. He's everything that my character walked away from in her life to join the UC. So, yeah, she had fanatic parents, hence the Serpent's Embrace thing. So, yeah, fuck off.
There is nothing ridiculous about our customs, and I suggest you embrace them as one of the promised. The High Council wants my cooperation. This is how they get it. I recommend you start by speaking to patrons of the Herald's Rest. Some of Vedic's associates there may know where he went, but keep in mind, anyone who has directly aided him in hiding is an accomplice and shares his fate.
I'll see to it they're executed. Hopefully no one's stupid enough to help him. I use my best discretion. What's the Herald's Rest? Let's find out a bit more about it.
Our local bar, and unfortunately, my son's favorite establishment to frequent. And while I know a bar isn't the ideal place for discretion, I still expect you to keep these matters private. All anyone needs to know is that you are looking for Varric.
I use my best discretion.
See to it you do. All anyone needs to know is that you are looking for Varric for personal reasons.
I don't think so.
I will not risk word of his disappearance getting out before I can say the situation has been handled. Someone is being attacked!
No one's being attacked. A maniac is being put down like the fucking crazy-ass dog he is.
Help!
I think Andresia's a little unhappy with me right now. Apparently Andresia doesn't think he deserves his head blowing off. Andresia needs to rethink her position. Just why we don't let people think for themselves. Never ends well. Finish my drink, didn't I? Okay.
I am grateful for the downtime, despite the circumstances.
Pretty badass suits of, well, spacesuits there. They're knocking around, have they? I might already have some. That's for the lab outfit. I might already have that. It's a very small med bay. Nope. Now, helping those in need is one thing. Generally being a decent sort. Almost serve kiss my ass. Wolverine suit with, yeah, some of them are already wearing. Magstorm. It's in a locker, as you do. No signs of the spacesuit, but I think I might already own it anyway, so, oh wait, there's small lockers here. I bet you do, Grey.
I am trying to keep strong, but
I fear I may be losing my mind. Well, you have got a small broom and you're sweeping the street in the middle of town. So, yeah, you might... Oh, I thought I'd gone the other way. Yeah, you might be losing the plot a bit. Right, to the bar, Batman. That's not very smart design. I just hit my head on the floor and stuck out over the stairs.
There was never a time when I was old enough to be allowed to drink alcohol here.
There was a time when you weren't old enough to drink. Well, funnily enough, that's true of all of us, Andresia. It's not a profound statement.
Can I get you anything?
Looking for Varric Vathal.
Varric? Depends on who's looking for him. And Vi, of course.
It's me drinks to meet up here. Old friend, hoping to catch up. Personal matter here on behalf of his family. Well, I don't feel any obligation or loyalty not to drop that asshole in the crap, but the rest of his family don't seem to be a bit more reasonable than the fanatic father. So I kind of don't want to screw them over for now. Any of these are really okay, but let's go with the owes me a drink. Probably not going to buy that, but being if she may know I'm, not from House Varun. But maybe she won't know that. Let's try it.
Sounds like Varric, at least. Truth is, I haven't seen him for a few days myself. But if you find him, tell him he better come check on his tab. I know he's good for it, but since he gave Eggy permission to use it, it's sky high.
Anyone else who might know? For this Eggy person, possibly?
Eggy or B are the ones you want to question, but I doubt they know any more than I do.
Question. Well, that makes it sound like a little bit more official, don't it? He's regularly here. Surely I must know something.
If he owes you a drink, I wish I could, but I'm afraid I just can't help you.
He has some news. I have some news he'd like to hear. He's helped me through a lot. What if he did something stupid? Let's me a drink. What if he did something stupid? Yeah.
Varric always was one to act on impulse.
Use his advice. Need to see a friendly face. I just need to see a friendly face.
We all do. We all do.
It's important that I speak with him. He could be in trouble.
I'd hate to think he'd do anything dangerous.
You just helped me through a lot. I'm going to try that one.
I'm
damn
sure
it.
he has, but I'm sure someone else could help you out. I'm sorry.
Oh.
I really can't help you. Unless a drink might ease your troubles.
I like that lamp. Yeah, well.
Another one for me, Jenna. It has been a hard day.
Another drink will not hurt. After another for most.
True enough. And no relief on the horizon. Yeah, make that 2 drinks, actually.
Oh, what do you want? Can't you see I'm busy?
Need that face lighting feature from Fallout 76. Looking for Varric. Sorry to interrupt, but need to know where I can find Varric. Busy doing what? Busy doing what?
Drinking myself into oblivion. Takes dedication, you know.
Let's go. Sorry to interrupt. It's now suddenly a bit more tongue-in-cheek.
Oh, you just revealed the question of the day. Where is Varric Vathal? The worst thing that can possibly happen, happens. And then he disappears. I mean, come on. We're supposed to be friends.
Worst thing that could possibly happen. What, your balls drop off?
Okay, maybe it's not the worst thing, but look around you. It's almost post-apocalyptic.
Welcome back, Steve.
So, second worst possible thing that could happen. Worst thing if none of us survived at all.
Sure, it's a good reason. Friends don't let friends drink alone. Friend doesn't abandon someone in the time of need. Friends don't let friends drink alone.
Exactly. You get it. You'd think B would at least be commiserating with me. But I'm suddenly too drunk to deal with. Some friend she is. All she cares about is Varric.
Supporting one way or another, processing her own way, friends by association. Maybe she's got a point as far as the alcohol is concerned. Who's B? Tell me about B.
Huh? Oh, B's a friend. Or maybe was a friend. Yeah. Me, B, and Varric makes 3. Figured we were friends till the end.
Maybe she's processing her own way.
And I guess I am too. I just want Varric to show up so things can get back to normal. Whatever that is.
I must trust you with some information.
You trust me? I just don't know anything.
He'll let you have access to his bar tab. Mind you, he doesn't expect to be coming back, so I'd assume. Maybe he dropped some poor hint? But you two are friends. Try that one. That did not go very well. Find him for your sake, let's find him together. Maybe he dropped some sort of hint in our conversation. Let's find him together.
2 minds are better than 1.
You obviously miss him. Some hint in the conversation. Try drop some hint.
I want to help, but I really can't think of anything.
Let's trust friends with information. Let's go with that one. No, my persuasion powers are failing me today.
Please, I don't want to talk about this anymore.
I'm getting very, very close to the point where I might have to beat it out of him.
Everyone else has.
Yeah, none of this should affect my ability to carry on a conversation, so... Well, at this point, I think I'm going to have something that will affect my ability to carry on a conversation. Let's get some... 10%? No, it's going to be bigger than that. There's some better booze somewhere that'll give me a buff. 10%. 8%. Nope. Cabernet Chunkin Young, 10%. Oh, let's go for that then.
What? This railing is taken. And no, I'm not looking for company.
Not here to visit, I'm looking for Varric. Yeah. Try that.
Of course. Who would be looking for me anyway? And why should I know anything about the heir apparent? I'm nobody. Ask him yourself, if you find him.
From your tone, I think you know him better than you're letting on.
Do I? Perhaps at one point, I thought I did. Varric. One day we're inseparable, and the next, I've searched all of Dazra for him. But he's gone. Couldn't even leave a note. That means he either doesn't want to be found or... well, I prefer not to think about it.
Did you ask around too, or just look?
Of course I asked around. I even asked people I didn't know.
Inseparable at their age seems a little bit on the odd side. You know, I think you'd have a life. In a bit now. Really found out something.
So, what if I did? Like I said, he doesn't want to be found.
Help me find him. Sure you searched everywhere. I must have dropped a hint or two. Can help me find him.
You think so?
What if he's in trouble?
I couldn't live with myself if anything happened to him.
Pool of resources, we can figure something out.
Are you sure?
He's in trouble again.
You're right. You're right.
Well, it seems to be going well so far.
Really?
Find him. Trouble again? Well, it seems to be working.
I know. I'm worried too.
Little buff seems to have done the job.
But I'm only telling you this because I want him to be safe. I never found out where he is. But I know someone who might. His name is Tain Salavea.
Tain Salavea. Okay.
Hard to say right now, but Tain's a regular. If you stay a bit, you can't miss him. Just promise me you'll let me know if you find Varric.
You sure you want to know?
Yes. I need the closure. Whatever it may be.
I'll let you know.
Thank you.
Greetings.
Another member of the Bethel family hanging out there, apparently. Loot from a patron. After I enjoy a bottle of Kaiser when this is a view, it doesn't taste the same as it did with my old friends here. I think this will be a last drink before I join them in the crater. Thank you for the memories. Oh dear, somebody decided to shuffle off, apparently. Oh, there he is at the bar now.
A drink or two ought to lighten this mood. Hey, aren't you that outsider made promise that showed up here recently?
Serpent bless you, I've been shown the rightful path, that's me, but I'll talk about it, sure if you believe all that stuff. Yep, that's me.
Impressive. Since these people really aren't into strangers, especially in times like these. I'm an outsider myself. It's hard to get into the whole giant snake thing.
Got a similar tattoo to me. Heretic then, nice see a fellow outsider around here, know what you mean, how'd you end up here, not promising they speak to you? That you're not promising they speak to you?
I guess when you're part of the supply chain, they make a few exceptions. There's not a lot of people in the import-export business when it comes to Dazra, and they aim to keep it that way. But believe me, it wasn't
smuggled
any
him off
short
the
amount of
planet,
time
then.
before they let me roam these streets.
How'd you end up here?
You could say I'm like a specialized delivery service.
It's a smuggler.
Moving stuff back and forth between Dazra and the settled systems. Just so happens I got a lot of time on my hands since Dazra went to hell and I lost my ship. And let me tell you, I thought things were grim before. Whatever that incident was, this whole planet's gonna need therapy.
Nice to see a fellow outsider around here.
Tell me about it. I've been toting stuff back and forth for these people for years and still get the cold shoulder most places I go. But then these people lose half their city and you show up, and suddenly it's divine intervention.
Only I understand Nazca Varun, so it's a Great Serpent's intervention. Not going down that road. It's been interesting. Not everyone's a fan. Yeah, I don't get it either, but here we are. Well, not everyone's a fan.
Hey, you play your cards here right, you win them over. You've already
Reworked version of another outfit he's got on there.
Anyway, enough about that.
No, Nick.
What can I do you for?
How old do you know Varric Vathal?
I know the name, sure, everybody here does. But the man? Not much. Someone like me doesn't exactly hang out with house bigwigs.
How do you know where I can find him?
That's so. Well, I guess that depends. Vindicator. Who wants to know?
I do an anonymous third party, House of Thal. Why does it matter? Why does it matter?
I consider Varric a bit of a friendly acquaintance. I know enough about the guy to care about his physical well-being, if you know what I mean.
I do, of course.
Oh, sure. You just show up out of the blue and suddenly want to know where to find House Vathal's #1 son? And I know he wasn't lost to whatever ate up half of Dazra. Plenty of people have seen him since. Although, let's just say after what went down here, my retirement's looking imminent. And I haven't exactly been saving up for a rainy day.
Man wants a bribe.
So if you're feeling generous, maybe we can help each other out.
1,000 credits? Yeah, right, I suppose. It's not that big a deal.
Nice to see we operate on the same wavelength. I'm pretty sure he's heading into the Highlands. Just not sure where. But I do have the means to track him. So you just say the word and we're off to the races.
Book line, hand over. Let's go. Check him. You have a tracker on him. You coming with me? Highlands, what's that? You have a tracker on him?
You make it sound creepy. But yeah, for emergencies.
Yeah, it's weird. Highlands? Where's that?
Highlands region is the northwest side of Dazra. Pretty good area if you don't want to be easily found.
And you're coming with?
Yep. When it comes to my stuff, it's like a package deal. I'm not just gonna hand off valuable tech to some stranger.
Let's go then.
After you.
We'll shoot him if I need to.
I'll fire up my tracker, and fingers crossed, it'll lead us right to him. Just head out the west gate. Should be the fastest route.
Thought as much. So he's going to be out this way somewhere, huh? Do I need to be on foot? You know what? I'm going to get the car. We'll see whether or not it's going to work out. I imagine it probably won't, but. Here they come. Definite oversight there that he won't get in the back. He'll run, but not very quickly. I think we do this on foot then, from the look of things. Otherwise, we'll spend ages just waiting for the guy, so I'm guessing it's not that far. Definitely need to adjust the vehicles though, so that.
Our sins really so great that we deserved this.
Well, depends on your take on the almost serve thing. Yeah, they need to update the rev and vehicles in general so that temporary attached individuals like that fella can come along with. Welcome back.
She's got a limited range, so just keep heading northwest of Dazra until we pick something up.
I think taking a swim in there would be unwise. I see a seaweed farm, huh? Yep. Yep. Somewhere out this way. Ooh. Well, I care to wager, but I suspect whatever's going on here might have something to do with it. Onward we go. Like he's moving further away from me. Dude's, It's a fairly aggressive fighter back there.
Someone or something will clean up whatever's left behind. Got more bodies elsewhere, but hey, if that's where they ended up. Nope, it's not. Okay. Well, allegedly, I'm now going back the right way. Doesn't look like there's much of a path up top there. Maybe. Yep, distance is going up apparently. It's weird.
Run right past whatever the hell it was without really realising. Quite conceivable I did. Focus isn't exactly 100% at the moment.
These are such a gift. Though your enemies might disagree.
See if the numbers are going to drop back off in a minute. Nope, okay, so it looks like it is the other way. But the oxygen requirements. May be making a bit of a success of this now.
Profit is never necessarily the aim, but if there is something worth taking...
The very dead pilgrim got assaulted by a crazy zealot. It was going up again. Was dropping off. I feel like he's moving around. He definitely was in front of me when I went this way last time. I think we got something. A hidden camp. Nice. Quite hard to find, actually.
A temporary encampment, but not an uneventful stay for the occupant.
Oh. Two stains. Log 1. I've done it. I've left. My father is furious. I've never seen him so angry. I always figured he knew this day was coming, but perhaps he's just that delusional here. It's proved to never see things my way. I made the right decision, but my mind still bombards me with questions. Did I act too quickly? What about Victoria and Luther? What about Eggy and Bea? What will my father do now? My only hope for sleep at this point is that exhaustion will simply take me. Whew. There's the tracker. This tracking device Tango. Varric turned off the ping when you arrived. Varric left the tracker here, left in a hurry. Useless now, but you salvaged some materials. Cool. As I expected, I didn't sleep well last night. This morning I can return to my camp and think of what to do next. Planning ahead certainly paid off. I've been slowly building up this area ever since Tane and I first discussed plans to get me off around Kai. I figured I'd need a safe place if I had to leave unexpectedly and lay low. I have the tracking device he gave me. I can only hope he puts 2 and 2 together. In the meantime, I'm hoping to distract my mind by organising my new temporary home here. Who knows how long it might be before he finds me. Combat medic. Stain is large, but ground below isn't saturated. Blood only covers the surface, so blood loss isn't as extreme as you might assume from looking at it. Certainly not from a small injury, but at least the victim should still be alive.
Look at this view. Despite everything, I cannot help but be moved by how beautiful my home can be.
This is a pretty place. We've got nothing there, okay. Can't see any hints for where he might have gone. If not this way. Look like it. Let's try this. There we go. Looking particularly good.
Let us see what was being protected.
Been useful.
Keep your eye out for anything that might point us in the right direction. Friend's a strong word. More like friendly acquaintances. Guess we both felt the Herald's Rest was one of the few places that made us feel like real people. Couple of drinks and everyone's your friend in that moment.
What kind of person is he?
He's a good enough guy, I suppose. A little self-absorbed, spoiled. Growing up in a noble house probably does that to you. A little naive, too. He's got this friend, Bianca. She's crazy about him. But the guy's oblivious. And his friend...
notice that.
Guy needs to lay off the Koza. but I heard Varric let him in on his tab. That's gonna work out well. Blames his dad for everything, though, and I get it. Victor Vathal is not an easy man.
He's not so. How is he self-absorbed?
He's just used to getting his way and the world revolving around him. When you're raised to be elder, that's bound to bring you all sorts of extra attention. So sometimes when hanging around with us peons, he forgets we have our own thoughts and opinions.
Is Dad actually to blame? His dad is nuts.
It's Victor we're talking about, so it wouldn't surprise me. But Varric can't see how much effort Victor puts into making sure his son has all the tools he needs to take over. He'll go on these rants of Victor drilling him on scenarios. Stuff makes my brain hurt. But Varric talks about it like child's play.
Weird.
Hey, whatever you want.
Tell me anything about him?
I've only had a few run-ins with Victor for
Victor,
security
rather.
purposes, and he's all in. The man embodies House Bethal. He could probably recite Janan's teachings word for word, and he runs the Ministry of State without missing a beat. Strict, demanding, and always watching. The guy's good at his job, but when it comes to personality, I couldn't tell you. Whoever he is, he keeps it close to the chest.
Tell me more about House Bethal.
Bethal? Yeah, when it comes to House Varun and the Great Serpent, you won't find a more dedicated house. Some are borderline fanatics, if you ask me. One step away from zealots. Victor isn't even the worst of them.
Jesus. He's not the worst. Fuck no. Just don't blame him for getting the fuck out. What do you know about Ministry of State?
The state's my least favorite of the three. Commerce and conjunction keep to themselves, but state reaches everywhere. Their security, but more importantly, their loyalty. So they'll get deep in your business. They want your motives, your next of kin, your firstborn. I joke. But the moment they get a whiff of something anti-snake, that's heresy. And heresy is a one-way ticket to meet the Great Serpent himself.
Oh dear. Explains a lot though. Why do you think Victor's so closed off?
When you're in the kind of position that he is, I think you have to be. You can't be in charge of security and purging heretics and then turn around and cry over spilled milk. This is Dazra, where noble houses like to duke it out for bragging rights. They see weakness, they take advantage.
Yeah. Doesn't really excuse anything he's done. Anything about the guy's nature, really?
Not from the man himself. The only time I get glimpses of who Victor might be is through Varric. It's clear he cares about his son, putting in all that work to prepare Varric for the vultures and wolves when he becomes elder. And get this, he even tells Varric he's proud of him.
And yet now he wants to have his son killed as a heretic and traitor. Yeah, he is really off the deep end, that fella. His slippers just arrived from Amazon and they're comfy. Nice. Mine are falling apart, unfortunately, a bit. It tends to happen just about every year, unfortunately. But no, maybe I should look into some ridiculously overpriced slippers.
Always up for a chat.
Might last a bit longer. Anyway, so far we've found a few bits, but nothing particularly useful. Other than that blood. And I don't really see any evidence as to where the guy might have gone beyond that. I just found his crapper. I have just found his crapper. So he's got a bucket back here behind the rock to use as a toilet. Pretty great view from here. Hmm. Not as much drink here as I thought I had. Actually, there is some over here. I'm definitely not seeing anything, and the marker still says there's something I've got to find back here, so... Hmm. Yeah, I was getting the vibe it's still in the camp somewhere. Oh, footprints. Bloody hell, no wonder I didn't find them. They're damn near invisible. Footprints are sporadic, tells you they're from one person. Final prints head west. Must have fled from the camp after attempting to put up a small fight. So... according to this, there's still something else. You searched using the clearing and using the scanner, and that was what kept you from finding it. Yeah, it didn't look like it would make it any easier. That would be west, but there's nowhere to go west. There's this thing up here, whatever's going on. Does not seem to be a clue. Oh, anything else you'd like to add? No, doesn't look like it. Ooh, vortex spawn. Huge long body, looks like it's made of tentacles and bones. Sharp teeth and multiple eyes make it look especially alien. Ah, there we go. Two right on top of each other. Couple of levels tonight. Nice.
We should move on, if there's nothing worth taking.
So, rapid reloading I've got. Marksmanship. Sniper cert I don't have. Oh, pen, not yet either. I'm tempted to take that last rank of persuasion actually. We're going to do that.
All my years and all the planets I've been on. Never gonna get used to those things.
My bad. Cheers, Steve. Meant to turn it back on. Don't know if I forgot or it just didn't respond to the press. It's hard to tell sometimes. I'll have to remember. Yeah, we got there eventually. Dog chewed up your last pair of slippers, guy. Not ideal, that. They do like doing that, though, dogs. Would you see Terramorph? The helps come as the Phantoms. Give it time. I'm sure they're connected to the scale of such a low experiment. Just wait till you see a Terramorph.
Terror, what? I think I'll pass. At least I don't see a body around here, so I hope that means Varric's alive. You find anything?
Bloodstain was injured. Fought those creatures and lived. Bloodstain footprints. He's here. He was here. Trucker's still here. He left in a hurry. I think he fought the creatures and lived.
Glad the kid had it in him. Only wish he could have killed them before we got here. Well, what's next? Varric must have fled in a hurry since his tracker's still here. So guess the rest is up to us.
Tracking his injury shouldn't be too hard. Pick up trail at the base of the camp. Social technology. Old school tracking. He's injured, so it shouldn't be so hard.
Sounds like a plan. And hopefully that injury slows him down enough for us to catch up. Let's head back down and see what we can find. And by we, I mean you.
Excellent. I am absolutely not going to take a nap. I'll do it, I think. Your bare feet usually do. Good fast recipe for cold feet and other issues.
Last night was enlightening. I hope to learn more next time.
Well, I hope not. I don't think the company was quite ideal. Or you know, spectator. Which way he may have fed. More footprints. Less sporadic. Thought someone rested here and headed to the northwest. Which would be that way. Actually, it would be that way, but anyway. Fuzzy socks. Fuzzy socks are good. I'm happy enough as long as I've got decent socks on. Most of the time. I've got tiled floor in my kitchen, so it gets very, very cold to stand on that in winter in bare feet. So I was in the right place all along, I just jumped the gun. Venus Farm. Cool looking spot.
That's far enough, strangers. You want to tell me what you're doing on my property uninvited?
Wasn't quite fun. Slippers and blessings, sister. Come and search for Varric Vathal. Looking for Varric Vathal on the behalf of House Vathal. Vindicator, looking for Varric Vathal. Looking for an injured young man that might pass through here. I'll go where I want. Looking for an injured young man that might pass through this way. Let's play it cool.
Through here? You realize you're in the middle of nowhere.
No, we came this way.
I hate to inform you, but you're wasting your time. The only people here are my partner Zen and our daughter Mila. No one comes around here. We're isolated, and that's the way we like it.
Some financial support might help. He's injured and may need special treatment. Medicine, yeah, that'll be good. If I discover you're lying, I can kill you. If that's true, you won't mind me looking around. Let's go with the medicine option.
All right, fine.
Irina, are you sure you know what you're doing?
Zen, yes, I know quite well. Never mind my partner, they're just overly cautious. As I said, we're isolated out here. We keep to ourselves. But we did aid an injured young man a few days ago.
That's gotta be Varric.
It's too coincidental. It must have been him.
Do you know who he was?
We didn't know and didn't ask. We introduced ourselves, and he quickly changed the subject. But he was polite, and something about him reminded me of our own son, so I didn't feel the need to push him.
Need to know where he went. Who's your son?
Casimir Mazur. He left a while back to find work in Dazra. He didn't want the life of a farmer. We haven't heard from him since the incident.
Dear. So he's alive.
He had a pretty bad injury, but we were able to patch him up. He didn't want to stick around, though. Once he felt better, we sent him north. There's a long-abandoned growth farm we felt he could make use of. He claimed he lost everything in the incident that swallowed half of Dazra. He wanted to start a new life. We even gave him 2 of our own growths to get started.
That's very kind of him. Especially for somebody who doesn't like people. And answer the door with a shotgun. Grown ain't hot enough to fry an egg. It's home to scorpions, tarantulas, fire ants, and dog shit. Yeah, none of those things are things that you want on your feet, really. That's all I need. Up on your way. Thank you for your help. Aiding a traitor is punishable by death. You weren't suspicious of him at all?
Great Serpent, forgive my foolishness, but I trusted him instantly. I saw so much of our own son, Gas, in him, that I didn't doubt nor question. I allowed him his privacy in what I thought was a time of great need and grief. It's only now that you've come looking for him that I've made the connection.
Thank you for your help.
You're welcome, and safe travels. If you find him, give him our regards.
We shall. I feel like my food and drink's wearing off faster than it should do. Maybe it's just me. Interesting, I don't have that much stuff. I think I must have stashed a bunch of it. Spilled water, are they for starters? What about food? Let's go with meatloaf, seems alright. And I clocked this way through the hills as well, so I figured this was going to be it as well. Definitely getting more than a little bit familiar with the way Bethesda string stuff together. Verdict computing. Yeah, I've heard of it, but not quite sure what to make of it. I feel like it's basically chips, cheese and gravy, in which case fine. But yeah, I don't know. Just over the other side of the mountains. Written amongst the mountains. Guy did not go far enough. He's trying to get off world anyway, he just hasn't been able to do it yet. The state's refuge, yeah. Had a feeling this might be it.
Tag me in when you're done in there.
Hmm.
If you are in need of supplies, I suggest speaking with the new.
I've got a funny just like shiver went up the back of my spine there that made me think this guy may actually be an assassin out to kill him as well. Not who he claims to be. I could be wrong. Absolutely got off guard by invaders. Yep. We should have said when you logged in that the event was starting, shouldn't it? Unless, well, timing, I suppose. A note. Log entry 1. Cool. First entry of the first day of my new life, I hope. I suppose I'm a goat farmer now. Long way from heir apparent, but I'm thankful for the distance. Yes, quite a bit has happened since I last wrote. Tane never came, and I had to flee when Vortex horrors found me and attacked. Perhaps I have my father, of all people, to thank for those combat lessons he forced me through. Some kind farmers took me in and helped patch me up. They were respectful of my privacy and even pointed me here after telling them the version of my plight. Should my father send anyone after me, I can only hope remaining anonymous keeps them safe. Oh, my... That's because he's decided to set up as possibly a goat farmer because he doesn't think his ride is ever going to arrive. Which would be somewhat understandable, I suppose. Computer in a minute if I need to. There's a very grubby bed. Got it.
Is there a lock you cannot defeat?
No. Interesting description. The cheese curds, is it? I got the impression it was more of a Canadian thing. How can Putin died last year and they made know how to maintain them if he's alive? Interesting idea. The guy knows he's on his way out, wants to leave a legacy, and has always been a bit bonkers. Today was a good day. Got up early, fed the goats. I think I'll name the female Bella. I'm not sure on the male yet. Took account of the repairs needed. I was at least able to get this old computer up and running. Ooh. Gives me hope that I may be able to fix up the Model A's that have been abandoned here. I think I argued with my father over the need for engineering skills. If I ever hear news of Dazra return to normal, perhaps I'll initiate contact with Tane again. A life far away from the serpents and house politics, that's all I really want. But for now, an isolated goat farmer is good enough. Everything's catching up with me again. My father, what I've done, the people I've left behind, but most of all I miss my sister. I never thought I'd have... all I'd have left of her was a ring. I never thought I'd lose her. But now I'm dying to hear her voice to reassure me that I've made the right decision. She's been the voice of reason for almost my entire life. She was the one I could talk to about anything, no matter big or small. And she may disagree with me. She should have been the one to take our father's place, not me. Interesting. Model A's are up and running. Should be a good day. Once again, I find myself riddled with guilt over what I've done. I keep replaying that last moment with my father over and over in my head. It's not even his words, it's a look of betrayal on his face. He responded with anger, but the blow I struck was deep. I told him I couldn't stand by and watch them destroy themselves, but I rejected everything he stands for, House Bethal, House Varoon, and the Great Serpent. And of course, I knew full well what my actions would require him to do as head of the Ministry of State. They don't require anything, he's just fucking chock full of zealotry, really. I realise now the position of conflict I've put him in. The question remains whether he can let me go, or if one day I'll wake up to Bethal wardens at my door. Okay. So we named the other one Boris in the end, did he, apparently? Quite a decent sized structure there. This whole farm is bigger than I thought it was.
Nothing going on out here. How about you? Find anything?
Putin of Fartboy hasn't got enough going on between his ears to be that imaginative, I don't think, Steve. He's way too obsessed with himself in the moment to think about what happens when he's dead and gone. Varric's not home, but this is where he's living. I need some logs, but he's living here. We're in the right spot. It's not home, but this is where he's living.
Sounds like it's a waiting game then.
It seems I have uninvited guests. You want to explain yourselves?
Whoa, hey, it's me. Dang. Put the gun down already.
It's not you I'm concerned about. It's your friends.
He's not daft.
Actually so.
Heretic at last. Prepare to be made dust for your blasphemy. No. I'm vindicated. Laura, I'm here to carry your sentence as a traitor. Your father sent me to kill you. Well, let's go with the least I'm going to shoot you option.
I wish I could say I was pleased to meet you, but something tells me this isn't a social call. Please, if you're here on my father's orders, allow me to plead my case.
You may speak, but know that I will not be swayed. Say your piece. Of course, I'd like to know your side of the story. Attack won't neglect my orders. I'd like to know your side of the story.
I'm glad someone does for once. I am not sure how familiar you are with our culture, but all I've ever wanted was the right to choose. I was born House Bethal. I was raised to inherit the role of elder, to run the Ministry of State, to worship the Great Serpent. But I want none of it.
So responsibility to house? No, fuck that. Always choice. Want privilege, but you don't want the responsibility. Boo-hoo. Not the life I'd want either. Not the life I'd want either, because I actually did turn and walk away from it, all that obsession as well.
That's not the life anyone wants.
But it is the unfortunate way of House Varun. The collective comes first, the individual second.
Yeah, but that doesn't hold water, actually,
I
either.
tried to reason with him. My father simply would not let me go. His pride and the fear of what it would mean for House Vithal is all he cares about.
So it's all about the collective. So the collective, they're not bothered about the collective. They're interested in the family and the effect on that, and improving the family's standing and protecting the family. They're not interested in the whole House Rune, no matter how much they claim to be, because they're always about the house. And yeah, it's definitely not helping the that big picture is just not. They act like it's what they're interested in, but it just doesn't line up with the way they act. The choices they make. And yeah, even if the society does lean that whole collective first, everything else second, yeah, not necessarily like the lack of freedom, the whole you must be part of the machine, blah, the monolithicness of it all is just, at least of the faith side of it, is just like, no, this is everything that is wrong with this thing. Cannot support that. The ability to head out and actually have a life of your own and make a choice of your own is something I'm definitely in favour of. Doesn't matter what you want, do what the Serpent requires you. And don't get me wrong, sometimes what you want does have to be set aside to do what you need to do, but as a general rule, it's not the foundation of the way society should be put together. Like this grind. Yeah, fair enough. Abandoning your role brings shame upon your house. The whole bloody society needs upending, so it is what it is. Parents trying to run your life, forget it. The parent needs to support you. What does this mean for House Vithal? I'm curious about that.
Shame? Embarrassment? Fuel for the other houses to ridicule my father. I don't want any of that for him, but he left me no choice. If he would have listened just once, maybe I could have left on good terms with my father's blessing. Control the narrative, as they like to say.
Parents trying to run your life. Yeah. As a parent, you should support you. Parents trying to run your life is the closest one.
Then you understand.
Yep.
All I want is to make my own life. Something Tane understood and was willing to help me with.
The credits help too, but yeah, guess you got the whole scoop now.
All the time you're continuing to aid the traitor now. That explains the tracker. So that's what you were looking for. Realise you're going to help a traitor, help a friend out in a bad situation. I understand the need to help a friend out in a bad situation.
I was hoping you'd see it that way. I lost my ship to the incident, so I didn't want Barrick running off thinking I could just grab him and go. I was also out all the credits he was gonna pay me. That's where you came in. I figured, why not 2 for the price of 1?
So, now you know my true intentions for leaving, and given the circumstances, I may be here for some time. My hope now is to make the best of it here.
Need to return to your duty now. Tell me where you chose to leave now. Turn your back on your family when it needs you. His family is quite capable of getting on without him. There's more than enough of them. They are well established and secure and powerful. And probably have a better candidate for leadership who might take steps in the right direction of a more tolerant House Varun. So definitely this is crap. That's not going to happen. Why did you choose now to leave?
I suppose I owe you that much. The truth is, the scaled citadel was the last straw. My people are so blinded by faith and politics, they don't see how it's destroying us. Anasko Varun eliminated half our population in the blink of an eye. My sister Vashti among them. I could no longer live in a society that won't put its people first. That would destroy itself in the name of a god that has done nothing for us.
And the only person who ever claimed, only one person ever has claimed to actually have spoken to him, with any kind of seriousness, the two successors of that person, 2 generations on, have not. And he probably lied through his teeth in the first place anyway. Mind you, that's nothing unique about that. Such heresy you've been misled must seek his again. No. Never understand religion, especially extreme levels like this. Those who value faith more than family. Sure, what you I would think. Sometimes faith commands of us goes beyond blood. Serpent's embrace attack. You must be made dust for such heresy. No. So she turned her back on her family and left because they were very much almost served. Yeah. I'm not sure about faith more than family exactly, but parents definitely tried to ram it down her throat, and she was like, no, and got the F out of here. But yeah, I suppose you would kind of say it that way.
Especially when that faith leads to hate.
Mm-hmm.
I hope you can see why I want to walk away from all this. To start my own life. I ask that you give me that chance.
Return home to your responsibilities. Free to go. Does something in return. Can't like that. Free to go. Need something in return.
Anything. Name it.
Credits your signet ring and hush money. No. Signet ring. Victor wants it as proof of death.
My ring? Vashti gave it to me. It's all I have left of her since the cataclysm. The disaster took every physical reminder of her except for this ring. Just wiped her from existence.
Small price to pay to be alive. She'd want you to live. Just ring hand over. She'd probably prefer you to be alive. Yeah, and they will come and hunt if I can't prove he's dead.
True. It's as if she's looking out for me. One last time. Take it. I'll find solace in the fact that the ring will remain with my family. And now I hope we are done here. Thank you for seeing reason. I owe you both my life and freedom.
Now that's over with. I'm gonna hang back here, talk to Varric a bit. Besides, I don't want to be around when you break the news to Victor. Do me a favor and find me at the Herald's Rest when you're done.
Sure. We'll go back there and talk to a couple of people anyway. I think we probably fast travel back at this point. Yeah. On your first trip through the Unity, taking time in your quests again. Yeah. Get through all the factions again with knowledge and skills. Yeah, I can see why you might do that. A lot of people who rush in. This new game plus cycles and amassing power. Yeah. You're not going to hit the Unity once you've got all the powers. I think I'd want all the powers as well before I hit it. We had a look at it the first time round, but yeah, sort of redoing this is definitely a slightly different approach for me. Funny how people tend to gravitate to the archetypes. Act like the 101st were already on the path to that. Yeah, the people who push it the hardest are, yeah. It's all about what you do with the power. But, yeah. It's rare that the people who seek power are the people who should have it. Usually the opposite. Yeah, definitely something you don't want to become, for sure.
You're back. What news do you bring?
The ring lie, your son is dead. Give the ring lie, Varric enters to the Great Serpent now. One signet ring as requested. And I'm going to lie and say that he's dead, because I think that's the play. Sister's going to be a bit upset by him. But
what have you done? Varric,
This blood is on your hands, Victor. I hope you remember this.
Is that his wife or his daughter? Who's presumably the representative on the council as well. Done is done. It must be the will of the Great Serpent. She's the blood is on my hands. Oh, that's grim. You only threat surprise, but you know Neil was coming. Yeah, like this was a crime. Your own laws demanded death. What's done is done. I'm going to go with this one. Will of the Serpent.
Do not hide behind doctrine. You know as well as I there was a choice to be made.
Well, I made choices.
It was Vedek's choice. He knew the consequences.
You were his father. You were supposed to protect him. You think you are doing what is right out of some blind dedication, but you are destroying this house.
It needs tearing apart, just like the last one did.
You had to murder the other.
Victoria, I will not hear any more of this. It
Could be his sister, I suppose.
Leave us.
Oh,
I think it is actually his sister, isn't it?
To mourn my nephew whose
Yeah,
memory
okay,
you
there we go.
disgrace with your very presence.
Victoria! Leave her be, Luther. The Great Serpent will guide her. She will understand in time and emerge stronger for it.
7 tests us all, time heals all wounds. Something tells me she's not getting over that. I may have done the deed, but even I think you went too far. One of these two. I'm tempted to do that one, but no, I'm going to go with this one. I don't know. I do think you went too far. Nah, I don't want him to be suspicious of me.
She will. She has duties to perform. Ultimately, I care nothing for what you think. Now, only one
That is
matter
why you will
remains to
die.
discuss. Did you find anyone who aided my son in his treachery?
Acted alone, kept it close to his chest, told no one. Situation was handled. Situation was handled.
Good. I also have heard nothing of my son's disappearance, so I appreciate your discretion in this matter. You restored order to this house, and have my gratitude. Here, the access code that Ekris needs to connect to the power grid. Now go. I have much to arrange.
Go at the back onto the balcony. That way? This doesn't look like a balcony. That looks like a balcony. Nice view. Ah, I see. She went out here. Interesting.
The very sight of you offends me.
I did want to go and find her, actually. But news that requires it my secrecy. I have information for you and you alone. Can I trust you to keep a secret? I have news that requires the utmost secrecy.
Great Serpent, steal me. My heart beats with anticipation, and yet I fear to ask.
Finding it here is certainly a little bit weird. If you found somewhere on the way out, but that would make sense. But this is not somewhere I'd go looking for her. Heretic lives. Serpent has shown mercy. He's still alive. Refuses to take a life over a family squabble. He lives. Varric's alive. Tell Victor what he wanted to hear to get the access code. No. Your nephew is alive.
The Great Serpent is truly merciful. Where is he? I must see him.
Fuck no! Not going to tell her that. You're heading out, Shifty. Nice, fair enough. Have a good night. Catch you tomorrow. Not telling him where he is. Doesn't want to be found. He's safe, that's all you need to know. Living a better life away from Dazra and the Great Serpent. I can tell you he's alive, nothing more. See. Living a better life away from... Yeah, there's some of that. She kind of carries some of the Great Serpent with her anyway. He's safe, that's all you need to know.
Serpent bless you. To know he is safe is enough. I always knew that Victor would drive him away. Varric often spoke to me of his own dreams and aspirations. And they never did include house politics. I think even Victor knew he was unhappy. But his pride only allowed him to see a boy that would follow in his footsteps.
Better off far from here. Once you know the truth, free to live his own life now.
I should be happy for him for that alone. As much as I want to see his face, it is enough to know that Varric is alive and safe. You have brought me peace. Thank you, Vindicator.
Yeah, well, make sure your brother doesn't realise you're slightly less enraged than you were. Otherwise, this will not end well. Yeah, so I was glad I was able to find her. Like, that's an awkward place for her to go and hang out and a difficult spot to find her, so I would probably have missed that. Oh, okay. Get your data, Dazra. Let's get tidy up and then I'll be off. Oh, did I fall off something? Through something? Down something? Fell down the gap there, didn't I? Balcony must be just over here, mustn't it? There she is. Yeah, good balance, I think, there, Gray. Job done. Success. I do appreciate it. Yeah. I did not... oh, hello. Interesting. Not in favour of spoilers or excess... Sure, bloody am. Or I feel like I should be. She's looking right at me. Maybe we leave then. Yeah. Spoilers and backseating and so on, definitely not the way, but it was threading the needle quite nicely there, I think.
Sorry, but you will have to get approval before you can buy any weapons from me.
I feel like I should have the approval, but anyway. Yeah, it's the pub after all. Yeah, 4A beer.
Remember this.
The fuck are you, the Gestapo? Because you sound like it. Herr Flick over there has got his eye on me, apparently. Oh, I can hire him.
Very business sorted. Whole thing was starting to be a real pain in the ass.
Could take him as either a crew member or somebody to back me as a companion from the look of it. Got stealth and pistol certification and payload, so amount of stuff that can carry on my ship. That's cool. He's not very useful, really, apart from being a sneaky shooty type, but yeah. Couldn't have done it without your help. Lucky I came along when I did. Yeah, have enough problems as is. Sure like to wine. Were you close?
Anyway, seeing as I don't have a ship, I'm kind of out of a job. So I was thinking,
Yeah.
If you're looking for an extra hand, I got two. They both work well enough. I mean, for my age anyway. But fair warning, I can't do all that moving around and trying new things, stuff that the kids do. Because fact is, I'm retired. Not from work, but life.
Traditional crew. Not exactly bringing endorsement, talk about that. Doesn't retiring from life mean death?
Nope. It just means when there's a bench, I park my butt on it. If there's meat on the menu, I'm ordering it. Simple as that.
Your hands work well enough for your age?
Well, I got arthritis, and they shake from time to time. A lot of pain from years of lifting stuff, moving crates, that sort of thing. Buddy of mine said I got 2 left feet. What he forgot to mention is that they're attached to my wrists.
Oh, damn. That one hits close to home. Very good reason I don't dance. It's because I'm freaking hazardous. I can't take on any extra crew, but okay. I can still leave them here.
Then we're on the same page. Good. Oh, and one other thing. I've got a reputation. You ask anyone about Tain Salaver, and they'll tell you he's old and lazy and useless with a gun. And I'm here to tell you that's only half true. I am old and lazy, but I'm okay with the gun.
Good enough for me, welcome aboard. Not sure it'll be much use. Surprise yourself, carry yourself with such useful figure.
Is that sarcasm? Nah, I can't tell. I mean, yeah, I don't move much, but I can if I have to. Depends on what's chasing me.
Welcome aboard.
Good. I like your hiring style. No interview or background check. That's all bullshit anyway, in case you didn't know. Better you just point me to my station so we can get on with it.
Yeah, I think I've got you should be on my ship, actually. So he's assigned to my ship. This is Barrett's on the ship because he's Starship Engineering and Particle Weapons. What about that? This guy should be assigned to my ship for sure. Sam has piloting, which is useful, and payloads. Vasco's got shield systems, but I've already got shield systems, I think. Yeah. I do like Vasco, though. So sure. I think Sam is probably... Sam's on there anyway, isn't he? Yeah. So I've got Sam, Amari, and Barrett. I think that's probably the best setup I can do for right now, as far as assigning people to the ship goes. Nice.
Guess I'll be heading out. See you later, Captain.
Assign him at a later date if I want to.
I don't even know why I'm still here. Oh, you're back. Is this about Varric?
He said, executed as a traitor. I wasn't able to find him. He's gone. Sorry. All I can say is you need to move on. He's gone. I'm sorry. I'm not having the... I'd say dead, but not the executed as a traitor thing. Wasn't able to find him. Not going to mention that one. Because that just means she might keep looking.
Gone? So the rumors are true.
Catch you later now.
Ministry of State, his own family, executed him as a traitor.
Almost fought. No. But should know. Sorry for your loss. I promise to let you know. I'm sorry for your loss.
I appreciate the sentiment. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to be alone. I have a lot to process.
Varric is with the Great Serpent now. Drink alone in the bar isn't the best way to process. You should be with friends or family. Leave you to drinking. You should be with friends or family.
I only have one friend left, and he's a lousy drunk. So, thanks for the reminder. If only Eggy could turn himself around. I could really use his friendship right now.
Let's see what we can do on that front. Using needs your help if there's a problem. We'll probably use the friendship as well. Yeah, I think you both could use the friendship there.
I wouldn't be so sure about that. If he did, maybe he would have listened to me by now.
I'm done after this one. I promise. Oh no. Did B put you up to... As much as I appreciate the sentiment, something has to get me through this.
It's ruining your friendship. What about your health? Consider using your friendship for support instead. Let's try that one.
You act like we're even on speaking terms. Bianca gave up on me. And I don't blame her. I blew her off when she probably needed someone the most, and for what? I can't stop. And I can't even bring myself to talk to her anymore.
She needs your support just as much as you need hers.
You're right. She lost Varric too. Great Serpent, I've been so selfish. Oh, I hope she'll forgive me.
I hope so too. Let's see.
Hey, B.
Eggy.
Look, I'm sorry for how I've been lately. I wanted
She's involved in a couple of quests this lady, isn't she?
And I heard about Varric.
He's dead, Eggy. And I miss him. I miss what we all used to be.
I do too. So can we start over? Will you give me another chance to clean myself up? I can't do it alone.
You know I will, Eggy. Now let's start by getting out of here for once.
There's a first. Let's go.
Happy ending. Well, kind of happy ending. Not miserable ending. They're sad because they think their friend's dead, but he's not. He left to start a new life, which would have cost him his life altogether. But I'm not insane, so... yeah. Well, she did say she wanted me to come back and tell her what happened, which I wanted to do. And then, what's his name? Also asked me to meet him in the bar, so... seemed like a thing to do to wrap the quest up properly, didn't it? Turn to Eric's at the morning device.
I pray that the Great Serpent will deliver us from our hardships.
Well, standing in silence can be a beginning. You didn't speak to anyone else. Ah, I see. Yeah, well, I should have had that success as well, but I didn't. Looks like the failure worked out to my advantage. Yeah, the thing has gotten bigger while we were away. I've added arms to it and stuff, I think. Oh, quest markers lead to a bar. Yeah, exactly. Don't know if much has changed up here, apart from the big cables coming on. Some changes around this side. I didn't see the big old fan on the back of it.
I haven't seen him in days.
Yeah, that's not insane at all. I usually do well at finding the bar quite quickly. Oh, they've had a whole load of control stations up here that weren't here before.
Did
That's
Victor
cool.
finally relinquish the access code?
Sure did. How's the work coming on?
Slowly, but it will be much faster if you have the power grid access code.
There's a big red button there that I suspect I'll be pressing later.
Extremely limiting.
Here's the code.
Excellent. We'll finally have the resources to fully charge the morning device. Now, let's hope House Steward Kev is as forthcoming as the others.
Yeah, because the rest have been forthcoming. I'm hoping House Steward Kev is the one fucking house that doesn't feel like it needs pulling down. Because the other two really... One's going to get dropped in it with... House Khadij is going to get dropped in it for having a business deal with the Zealots. And, yeah, costing lives because of it. Mostly to try and use them to shore up their own position. And then the insane zealotry of House Fathal is... now going to lead to them slowly tearing themselves apart from the inside, which is something I have arranged by my responses and stuff, I think. So, and even if that doesn't end up being kind of canon, it's my head canon. So, there's that. Might have been a mistake.
Oh,
yeah, it was like,
we
ooh.
can pause for a moment. If you need to recover.
Assuming they're going to add a whole load more to it in time. Grab a few screenshots. It's been Intel CPU. He's a big fan. Ah, they all do. Well, big CPUs do anyway.
It's not the best you can do.
Did you fall and then blame... I don't know, Andrew. Something weird's occurring. Anyway. A sneer going on there. Little facial expressions are much better than they used to be in Bethesda's old games. Anyway, that was fun. Yeah, quite the couple of quests crossed off there. Obviously the House Fathal thing and a little mission to go and meet and ask Overrune and communicate with him, which was not quite what I was expecting, to be honest. Little side jaunt there. Other than him encouraging us to get in there. Whether or not that'll affect the whole outcome, I don't know. It kind of pushes you towards that before you advance any other story, so I guess you do have to do that whole thing in the cave, but interesting to see how that pans out. Yeah, enjoyed that. That was fun. So, plan tomorrow is Access Unseen. We'll head back out there and continue exploring the desert and see what other things we can find, and maybe even make our way down to that... excuse excuse me, a big red ravine and see if we can do that without, you know, falling off a cliff this time. Should be good. Yeah, all in all, good fun. Not quite sure what the video plans are today. Did a little short on the return of Invaders from Beyond. But other than that, I need to come up with a build idea, really, and something to that effect. And yeah, we'll have to see where we go from there. Look at a few other bits and pieces, maybe. A few ideas of things I could do. Definitely got a couple of other more sort of long-term video plans, but kind of pulling everything together for that's going to take a little bit of time. So yeah, we'll see what happens in the next little while. But yeah, looking forward to jumping back into some more of both the Access Unseen and Starfield as we go on. Obviously, not long now until Stalker 2 comes out, but that's going to have to wait. So I think the plan's going to be early December will be when Indiana Jones comes out. So I think that'll probably be the next thing in rotation once we're done with this one. There's also Fallout London to go back to if I can squeeze that in. We'll see how that goes as well. Yeah. Definitely up their facial animation game. Yeah, they sure did. Oh, she was greeting you with a skeleton here after a friendly fire incident. Yeah, take a while to work her her sort of relationship back up a little bit there. But, yeah, I don't know. I do hope that guy gets his comeuppance. You know, I was happy to have his son murdered on the down low. See what happens. It'll be interesting to see how the storyline develops. I'm certainly enjoying it. Yeah, yes, I will check out your camps in a bit. You put them on Twitter, didn't you, Steve? Yeah, you guys know where the buttons are if you haven't already. I do appreciate. And yeah, join us for the Access Unseen tomorrow. We'll hunt some more weird creatures with a bow. Should be good fun. And yeah, I'll have to work on the next video idea. Should be cool. So, I am going to chill for a bit and crash out because I am knackered and I've been all night. So, thank you all for hanging out. Look after yourselves. Stay safe. Do check out the social media links. Merch store's not there at the minute, but anyway. Social media links and channel memberships and all that good stuff. If you want to, or YouTube channel, either one. Okay. Yeah, do have a gander at that stuff down there. I'm on Blue Sky more than anything else at the moment, apart from Instagram. Blue Sky and Instagram are the main two at the moment because Facebook and Twitter are hell, really. They're just awful. So, yeah. If you're making your way over there or haven't, Blue Sky's opened up as well in the last however long. So it used to be an invite-only thing. Now it's open to anybody who happens to want to sign up. So if you do feel like jumping on there, it's slowly building up. It's not a replacement really yet, but it's working on it. So I've had a massive influx again post last week's shit show. So I suspect we'll see more and more and more people abandoning Twitter for Blue Sky. Yeah. Anyway, have a good one. Thank you all for hanging out. I'll catch you all around about 8 o'clock for some Access Unseen tomorrow. Should be cool. So, till then, have a good day. Have a good night. I'll see you then. Night, folks. Bye.